Hello everybody, Bryos here. Today I have for you the classic 40-ton Innisfail battle mech, the ever popular Assassin. And this particular variant you see here with the beautiful face is the one with ECM, the Assassin 27. But today is a bit different. Before I go into the build video itself, I'm gonna give you an update about the merged queue, something I talked about in my previous video. So since the previous video, I have been dropping in solo queue for a few days, or the merge queue in a few days, as a solo player. So previously, I mentioned that groups tend to carry the game, and that is a possible issue. Secondly, I also talked about, well, top tier players and the death of the matchmaker. But today, let me update you about my feelings as a solo player. So dropping in solo queue, or rather in the group queue as a solo player, I noticed a few things. Number one, it's a bit tougher than before, but once you adapt to the gameplay mechanics, things get easier. And this links to the second point which was raised by Russ. So Russ did mention that since the merge queue, his data shows that storms being 12-4 and below, have increased by about 5%. And I felt it as a solo player. I couldn't really do as much as I could before because teams were just so random, and honestly, I needed to adapt to the new meta of the game. So previously, talking about the meta, the previous game itself, solo queue used to have Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Alpha being the faster mechs, Bravo being whatever, Charlie being the assault and the slow moving mechs, and they always deploy in the same spots in the map, so it was kind of predictable. But right now, in the current meta, in merged queue, Alpha is the group, Bravo and Charlie are whatever. And yeah, so different game mechanics. You cannot assume that Alpha Lance on Tourmaline Desert will charge you early. You got to assume that they won't, and you have to play very differently. And once I had that mindset, games were so much better. And in fact, I have two matches from the better games in this Assassin, which honestly, this Assassin build is not a top tier build. Don't expect it to carry. It's just unique and fun, and it can do some work if allowed to. So anyway, that's my feeling of the merge queue right now. Tougher as a solo player, but honestly, don't complain so much. Adapt to the new new dynamics of the game, with the Alpha being the team, Bravo and Charlie being whatever, and you get mixed tonnages. And final note before I go on to this build, I think one of the issues that can be fixed easily are the tonnage issues. Used to be 280 tons for a 4-man, but Russ is going to drop it to, I think, 260 soon. So that would help, because you might have games which you'll see from this screenshot here, where you have basically 6 assault. If you look at this team roster, we have 6 assaults on my team, including MPG, Magic Pain Glove, who's a really good player and is Direwolf, and we have none on the other side. So as in the previous group queue, if people are going to throw their tonnage away, if groups are going to throw their tonnage away by choosing lights, it's a sacrifice they make, and well, for better or for worse, I'll leave it to you to decide. So anyway, let's get down to this particular build for this build video, the Assassin 27. And this is a very rare stealth build because I'm not a big fan of stealth. So let's look at the build. So running ECM and stealth, this is a very quiet moving build. But instead of missiles, you usually have 2 missile slots. Most people probably put SRM6s. I'm going for a longer range, huge MRM40 rack. So the build intent for this was pretty easy. Stealth and MRM40. And for mobility, we have a XL260 engine with speed tweak equals for a speed of 110 kph. 4 tons of ammunition for the MRM is actually, it might not be enough in good games because with the stealth, you don't draw that much aggro and you have more time to shoot people. Arms are stripped of armor, and 2 jump jets for additional mobility. So that's it, the MRM40 Stealth Assassin. As for builds, let's take a look, for skills, let's take a look at this skill tree. For firepower skill tree, we have 26 SPs. Yet again, left side for the green nodes, these are the missile rack nodes. 2 nodes of missile rack because that's its only weapon, increasing the ammo capacity. 2 nodes of missile spread to reduce the spread. MRM spread is notoriously bad, especially a longer range, so you want a tighter spread. Tighter is always nice. And this high explosive node actually is, well, only 7.5% extra crit damage, which is actually pretty darn bad, but it's really good for linking all these nodes below. Look at that. All these are linked through here. So that's the main advantages of this. Of course, you get a cooldown of 7.5%, a heat reduction of 7.5%, 3.75% was a cooldown reduction, and a range of 5. So useful but not essential. Next we come to survival. 14 points of SPs. It's, well, you don't really have to spend survival because your idea is not to be shot at, but 14 SPs makes you just a little bit more survivable, so when you take that damage, you can survive a bit longer. Because honestly, with only 2 jump jets and a speed of 110, when you get shot at, you can't really run away that fast. Talking about fast, we have 16 SPs in mobility. Previously mentioned, we have 3 nodes of speed tweak, so that increases your speed, and that's how I got the 110. And all the other bonuses here gives you an XL and decel bonus rate of 10.5 and 14% respectively, with that beautiful turn rate of 24. Operations, 13 SPs, which is my usual for the 5 nodes of heat containment. Sensors, 13 SPs for ECM builds are pretty standard for this particular configuration to get the dual ECN enhanced ECM systems nodes here. This such that when your ECM, or rather when your stealth is off, about 300 plus meters away, below that, then the enemy will be able to detect you. Beyond that, well, you would appear on their minimap. So that helps because sometimes you have to turn off your stealth to cool down. And finally for auxiliary, we have 9 SPs, 2 cool shots which are useful for stealth, because when you are in stealth, your heat dissipation is really bad, so cool shots are really useful. And of course the 2 strikes are exceedingly useful because being stealth, you can run around, even walk through the enemy if you are brave enough, and just drop a strike on the ground and walk away. So they might not notice you for a while when you do that. Strange but weird tactics you can do with the stealth builds. So that's it. That's the Assassin 27 Stealth MRM 40 build for you guys, and yeah, it's not top tier. Let me remind you, don't expect to kill everybody with this build. It's fun, it can be a good team mech, but stealth mechs, in my humble opinion, don't really carry the team, so be careful about that. And of course, adapting to solo queue, or rather adapting to the merge queue with this build. So I got 2 games for you guys in this build, and you can see some merge queue action in that as a solo player. So anyway guys, we'll have to wait for the merge queue for everybody like me. Example, I took a while to adapt to the dynamics as a solo player, and I suggest you guys do the same. Play the game, get used to the mechanics, and give it a try. Hopefully the storms will decrease. I'm quite confident they will. And yeah. So anyway, let's get down to some gameplay and I'll show you this Assassin 27 Stealth MRM build in action. Let's go. So here we are on the merged queue in River City. Game mode is domination and using stealth to move across safely. This is normally a very dangerous place to walk, right in the side of the enemy. And talking about enemies, on the left we have enemies in the upper city, with a rifleman already opening fire on me, catching me through visuals. Dropping a strike to, well, say hi I suppose. But using the stealth to scout out this area, and that's what I use stealth mainly for. To move into positions that are dangerous and not get too much damage.
Target spotted.
They are upper city. Spotted Mac Echo 7.
Artillery strike online.
So team is very slow. I don't know why they're still in the water right now. So team quality is another factor. Not sure why they're not moving up.
Assaults Fox 7 center.
Calls are made, enemy is spotted. Team is still in the same space. Same spot. So Arty does quite a bit of damage here, as you can see with all the hits. But team is still in the same spot. So sometimes you get the potatoes, you know. Balance in merge queue is an issue. If you got a good Alpha Lance, they'll carry. If not, if they're beginning players, well,
Why are we not taking the land?
everybody has a right to play, but yeah.
Target spotted.
With beginning players in Alpha Lance as a group, good chance you won't do so well, obviously. Notice, they're still in the same place on the minimap. They're just hiding in the water.
Gonna take the ground. Blood Asp near Alpha. There's one Blood Asp. And friends.
Yeah, key to the map is taking this area, Gulf 7, which they haven't. Only now they're moving in.
25%.
But we've surrendered a lot of space to the enemy. So we're gonna fall back a bit to the right. Flank them. Stealth mode is on.
Target acquired. New
Friendly mechs like that Stalker to draw aggro. And I'm gonna inch forward on this side here. Or right flank.
Target spotted.
Try to pick off targets that are already being engaged.
New
There should be one around this corner here. Yeah, there it is. It's a medium and hit and run. With the missiles after you,
Bravo Lance has an ice ferret near you.
with the missiles after you launch, there's a bit of time, flight time, so that gives you time to hide. So enemy
Indicators spotted.
doesn't know where they get hit from. That little time is really useful. So I put myself in a good position here where I can fire missiles to their flank. They will be distracted by my main force on their front, which is
Working
my
on the
left.
Blood Asp, he's going down.
Already took a component. Enemy is pushing, they're in a better position. So enemy advancing. If you look at the minimap, we still have players in the water. I don't know why. Oh, feel the heat.
Target acquired.
Switching off the stealth armor. Also gave me targeting.
Target destroyed.
Echo goes down, but we're already 1-2 down. Oops. This is why I have survival 3. Rapidly repositioning, using my stealth to hide myself on the radar. One EBJ here. Can I do damage? Oh, I was trying to get that guy in the corner. Oops. Blood S goes down.
EBJ right torso.
25%.
Now it's a Blood S turn. Oh, a strong alpha by a friendly. Blows off my arm. Time to redeploy. Not too close. That's why I have merms for the range. Sadly, the scores are not good
Ebon
right
Jaguar
now.
going down.
I got the Ebon Jaguar. But we are down by kills. So let's see whether we can turn this around. Low signal, so that means there's a stealth mech or the ECM mech. Yep, a Phoenix Hawk is here. Left arm is caught. Left torso also. Let's try to take this guy out. Yep, got his arm. Turning off stealth because I'm running too hot. I need my firepower now. Ronin steals my kill, but it's okay. So I'm a bit too far. We're going to try to regroup with my team here.
Destroyed.
Ooh, without the stealth, easily targeted and damage taken.
Rifleman Delta.
Oh wow, they're fresh.
25%.
Very bad shutdown here. Riding the heat curve and a big fail here. As a result, taking massive amounts of damage from this guy here. And can I get him? Laser fire from my right. I was a bit tired, so I didn't notice. And yeah, that's it. There for me. So this is what happens when you play games at like 4:30 AM. But anyway, 869 damage, 2 kills is very decent. But looking at these scores, oh, yep, it's a loss. One more kill and they have it sewn up. Why, was pretty caught. But I think I carried myself well. Team didn't play well at all, so balance is an issue. Team didn't want to move up, didn't listen to calls. No point scouting if the team doesn't pay attention. So, predictable results. But not a stomp. 6-12 is not a stomp. 869 damage and 2 kills is very decent for this build. 5-8 score is a nice reward. But team just couldn't carry it all. Look at Alpha. And after that match, I was kind of sad because, well, doing 869 and team losing, and Alpha Lance doing so little, it's quite typical of Merge Q right now, but give people time to get used to the game. But right now we have Conquest on Frozen City Classic. So as you look at this map, Charlie Lance is heading to Theta. I don't know why. It'll be best to leave Theta alone, especially if you have no jump jets or speed. It's way out.
At
So anyway,
25%.
using my stealth to move from point to point, checking out the right flank.
Target spotted.
Charlie 3. Lure boats.
Yep, Lerms give the enemy position away.
Don't worry about Theta, guys. Please fight that Bravo 4.
Yeah.
Just gonna flip it.
So hopefully
Focus on the Fafnir.
they come
The
back.
two of them.
But there they are, big guys. Tonnage is an issue also. As you can see, they have 2 Fafners. God
Please
knows,
don't shoot me.
God knows how many assaults.
Fuel at 0%.
But let's flank them.
Resource point beta is ours.
Strikes on stealth mechs are really useful, so please pack
UAV Bravo 4.
them.
There's a Fafnir behind the building.
You push.
Fafnir doesn't notice me. With heat vision, I'm a bit hard to see, allowing my strikes to land very dangerously.
Walk on the 2 Fafnirs first, please.
Team is advancing way better than the other match. Light mech on my right, big guys moving up. Got a good feeling about this match.
Target spotted.
Timber's very alert. Timber Wolf noticed I was there. So stealth mode off and accidentally running through the team here, by the way. Look at that. Look at my movement.
Bravo, please.
Surrounded by the enemy, but it's time to turn on stealth and get the hell out of there. Dangerous. I don't want to shut down. So try not to fire. Just trying to get behind my friendly front line here. This team is much more aggressive than the previous team, so that is better. Tuck Bobo
Kilo,
on,
right torso,
Tuck
Timber.
Bobo on the other side goes down. He's a nice guy. His Twitch channel is in the description below. Oh, we are smashing them right now. It's going to be a stomp. We broke their lines, as you can see. Smashed through their center. They are fleeing, trying to regroup, but we are already 5-0 up. Not sure about the enemy team quality, but as you can see from their positioning, smash and run. That's what we are doing. Smash and run. Enemy team is trying to hit us from the left. As a result, this direwolf has been left behind. He's caught, but I've drawn lots of aggro. Oh, I missed that shot. Somebody else got hit. Paradox in his Raven. Signature mech for Z Paradox here. He might be the last one. 2 more to go. Can I get his leg? At this point, I don't really need stealth. I just forgot to switch it off. Paradox goes down. So we have one last mech of fresh Mistlings. Won't be fresh for long. Oh, I managed to touch him, so that's good. Kill assist for me. But it's gonna be a stomp. So yeah, that's it. Balance is an issue. Stomps do happen. 5% more than pre-merge, as according to Russ. He's hoping for it to go down. Hopefully it will with tonnage changes. PSR is the problem, so I don't think they can fix that. We'll see how it goes for the merge queue. So those were 2 merge games in the Assassin 27. Not a particularly strong build. And early on in the merged queues. So that's it. A stomp, 12-1, totally smashing through their lines. And a pretty decent performance in this stealth assassin with MRMs. No kills, but 789 damage. Good, good. And a score of 503.